Hi guys, it's Mina. Welcome back. I did something the other day. I was using up leftover paint and I did another one of those really big comb wrecked ring pours called Awakening, and it was really cool. I didn't shoot it because I didn't think it was going to be awesome. So I want to try that again. And you know, we've all been stuck at home. So I was sort of trying to step out of my comfort zone of blues and purples and sort of go for colors that are not in my comfort zone. So to that effect, let me show you what I'm using. This is a 24 by 24 inch gallery wrapped canvas from Michaels, from Artist Loft. Okay, so first color we have Cadmium Red Deep by Liquitex Basics. Leaving a mound on a mound on a mound. Very beautiful paint. So this one's Liquitex Basics Cadmium Red Deep. Okay, next we have Liquitex Basics Cadmium Yellow Deep Hue. So leaving a mound on a mound on a mound. I love Liquitex. It's such good paint. Really, really awesome stuff. I also have Artist Loft Naples Yellow. Sort of a lighter yellow than the cadmium, but they look pretty together, I think. It's going to be cool. Also have DecoArt Americana Decor Metallics in 24 karat gold. Woohoo! Mound on a mound on a mound. My paint's all mixed with Liquitex Gloss Medium and Varnish, Floetrol, and some water. There's water in most of this today because Liquitex is thick. This one is Liquitex Iridescent Graphite. Beautiful color. It looks a little gray in the cup, but in the tube it's darker, so I'm hoping it's going to dry darker. So I'm using this one in the pour with the mound on a mound, and then I have another cup of it mixed up super thin for my base coat, which should be sinking. Okay. Huh? Then I have here Champagne Gold, also from DecoArt Americana Decor Metallics. Very cool color. I like these two next to each other. I like using them both together. Very interesting effect. And last but not least, we have our DecoArt Americana Decor Satin Enamels in pure white. Just by itself today. And I did, this is mixed with Liquitex Gloss Medium and Varnish and Floetrol and water. So, I don't know if you guys saw the video we did yesterday with how I mix my paints, but I had my white all mixed up, and then I used, after my cup was ready, I used the rest of my white and thinned it out a lot, and then later on when I was doing a pour, I used some of that thinner white in the dirty cup, and it actually created this beautiful cloud effect, and it made me realize and really remember that the Satin Enamels pure white, if you want that cloudy stuff, you got to put some water in it. It has to be a little bit thinner so it can do that poofy, cloudy thing. Okay, so game plan, we're going to layer our cup, we're going to put down the graphite, iridescent graphite base coat, and we're going to do a ring pour, and then we're going to wreck it with my fantastic little princess comb that I stole from my daughter. You guys are so funny. I loved your comments on that one. It was hilarious. Okay, my Catamount Flameware 16 ounce cup, 16 ounces is there. That's a 24 by 24, so we need about 21 ounces of paint. So I'm just going to go ahead and fill this baby up for a really pretty ring pour. I kind of had this thought of a beautiful gradient from white to yellow, and then the golds and the red, and then back out to the golds again. So that's kind of what we're going to do. Because I'm a gold junkie and part crow, I think, I'm going to start with a little bit of gold. Let's see, what do we want to do next? Let's go into the Cadmium Yellow Deep. I'm going to put a little bit of white and some of the Naples Yellow. And I'm going to use some of that champagne. And now we're going to go in with a nice big slug of red. So I put a much thicker layer of red than anything else. Okay, I'm going to come back with the gold again. I think I'm going to put some graphite in there now. Okay, we're going to go champagne and white. I have not tested these colors, so I'm not positive this is going to work, but We'll figure it out together. Okay. Go back to the red. Gold. Green. And graphite. Okay. Chicken. That's the chickens, isn't it? That's a chicken. One that sounds like a little kid yelling. Okay, so we've got our cup ready. It looks pretty cool. See how it goes. Okay, I'm gonna move these out of the way, then we're gonna put our base coat down. And we're gonna pour this. Let's check the consistency on this one more time. So that's still a tiny bit thick, so we're just gonna add a little bit of water. I filled up my water thing this morning, so I'm not gonna add too much by accident. It's a couple of teaspoons. And when you're stirring water and you want to make sure you scrape the sides and you get it all incorporated, scrape the bottom, because you don't want the consistency on the top of the cup to be one consistency and then on the bottom it's something totally different. Okay, so that's much better. Could still use a tiny bit more, but I don't want to put more in there because I don't want it to be too watery. Okay, so let's get that. Let me grab my spatula. Big boy. Okay, let's pour this on here. I have talked to you guys previously about keeping your base coat thin. Dried paint in there. All right, so a thinner base coat definitely helps your paint slide around easier. I've done several pours where I forgot to thin out the base coat or didn't thin out the base coat, and you could see it when you're tilting, because instead of your paint sliding uniformly, it just eats itself as it rolls over itself, which is not what you want, because then you're losing part of your cool design. So here's hoping this actually gets back to iridescent graphite, because right now it just looks gray. It's a very cool color though. This one's Liquitex Basics Iridescent Graphite. I think I first saw Sarah using this. Sarah Mack. You should check out her channel. She's really funny. I know there's something in my paint. Chunk? I guess it's what's... Okay. Alrighty. Don't want it too thick in the middle. Alright. Let's do this. Okay. I'm excited. Ready? Okay. Here we go. Getting closer because I didn't like the blending that was happening. So you want less blending, get closer to the canvas. Bit more gold in there than I want, but that's okay. And we dripped, but that's okay too. Okay, center. All right, where's my comb? Let's turn the canvas around. Take it back down that way just a touch. Okay, I'm going to turn it one at a time. So, looking at this, the parts that I like in here is really pretty with the red, and in here is really pretty. There's a lot of lines that are going to be cool when they get spread out. So I definitely want to drag the comb through this solid, more solid part over here. So to that end, I'm going to start over here in the graphite, and we're going to go across, moving kind of slow because I don't want to create a lot of mud. So that's pretty cool. All right, let's give it a tilt and see what happens. We're going to take the paint that way again. Okay, you see it's moving. You can see this lip of iridescent gray where it's still sliding as one piece. It's not rolling over itself. That's because our base coat is nice and thin. And I'm just going to let that go right down to the edge and hook on there. Okay, bring it back. This way, and we're going to go down, and we're going to go down to that corner. So the weight of the paint is gently moving back that way now. Let it go off the edge there. And bring it back to the center. I'm going to go off that side. Just nice and slow. Back this way now. Put the weight of the paint going down towards the middle again. And we're going to go off that last corner. Okay. Weighted the paint back to the middle. And that's pretty cool. I like that. Okay. I think I am going to stop right there because I don't want to play with it too much, because the more I tilt that back and forth, I have this feeling it'll turn pink. And I really don't want it to turn pink. Which was part of my using the yellow, because I didn't want to put the white right next to the red because that makes pink. So I'm going to pour a little more paint on that corner. But this is really pretty. I'm going to finish fixing my edges, and then I'm going to wipe my hands off and we will look at it a little bit more. Okay. That's good. Okay. Sides off. You want to scrape the edges of your canvas on the bottom, because if you don't and paint is dripping down there and dripping, it's going to keep pulling paint off the surface. And your composition will change. Okay. So, this is pretty cool. I'm glad it worked. Okay, I love this part in here where that red mixed with the gold and the champagne and sort of gave us that like deeper burnt orangey sort of color. And I love the graphite stripes in between. This is really pretty, that yellow and white swirl. That sort of, it's that paper you get in Venice. That's what it reminds me of. Very neat though. I like this section. I love those little bit of cells. This is cool. Awesome. So that worked. Yay! I'm still figuring out the whole comb thing, but I'm having a lot of fun with it, and you know, try not to take everything too seriously. Just go with the flow and enjoy yourselves. So I will show you this one when it's dry. Thank you so much for hanging out with me, guys. I'll see you soon. Okay, so this one, pretty cool, man. This turned out so neat. I love all these lines in here are just amazing. Look at that part, it's so pretty. So this is that comb, the comb wreck. Really, really cool. This one totally reminds me of those dancers in Carnaval in Rio with the big feathery headdresses and just lots of light and happiness and good music and dancing and feeling fine. So I love this piece. This has turned out so cool. And I have like 1,000 more ideas of what to do with the comb. I'm really excited. Poor HOA. I keep stopping him from doing stuff and making him come shoot videos. Anyways, this turned out so cool. So this was the Cadmium Red Deep and the Cadmium Yellow Deep. And then we had the 2 golds, the Champagne and the 24 karat. And then the white and that Iridescent Graphite. So the Iridescent Graphite did dry darker in here. You can see it more. Still not super dark, which is fine. In here, I guess it's really interesting because these lines that I'm in love with, this section is just so amazing in person. I don't think it translates to the camera, but the graphite is in there definitely with that champagne gold, which is interesting because I was looking at this saying, oh, the champagne didn't come through, but I guess it is there in those lines, which is cool. I may not have mixed it as thick as I needed it to be to stand out by itself, but definitely came out very cool. So this one is Carnaval. Thank you guys for hanging out. Hope you guys are staying safe and taking good care of each other. And I will see you guys for the next one. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.